The lights rise and the visuals transition into the AGT backstage hallway. You hear the rumble of the crowd from far away, muffled, like thunder behind closed doors. The camera focuses on a small boy standing beside his mother. The little boy is wearing a simple white shirt, black shoes polished to a soft shine, and pants that are a little too long for him. His hair is combed neatly, but you can tell he's been running his fingers through it nervously. He holds a single black fedora in his hands, a subtle nod to the legend, not a copy, not a costume made for show, just something that clearly means something personal. His mother kneels and straightens the collar on his shirt. Her voice trembles, not from fear, but from pride swelling inside her chest. She says softly, "Baby, remember what I told you. You're not here to be anyone else. You're here to be you." The little boy looks up, his dark eyes bright, wide, and yet unbelievably calm for someone who was moments away from performing in front of millions. He nods. A producer approaches them with a clipboard and asks the routine question, "You ready?" The little boy takes a single breath, closes his eyes for 2 seconds, and whispers yes. You can hear the faintest trace of determination in that single word, the determination of a child who has practiced late at night in his room, copying not the moves of a superstar, but the feeling of music itself. The camera cuts to the judge's table. Simon Cowell leans back in his chair, arms crossed, scanning the stage with that classic mixture of curiosity and skepticism. Heidi is smiling brightly, always rooting for the young performers. Howie leans forward with enthusiasm. Sophia looks intrigued, tapping one hand lightly on her desk in anticipation. The announcer calls out, "Next up, we have a 9-year-old auditioning with something very special." The crowd claps softly in advance, politely, not knowing yet what's coming. The stage door opens. Out walks the boy, small, quiet, composed. The crowd reacts instantly to his size, offering warm applause. The judges smile at him, almost in a protective way. Simon softens his expression, something he often does with very young contestants, but you can tell he's also curious. "What's your name?" Simon asks. The boy adjusts the microphone carefully. "My name is Elijah. I'm 9 years old. Where are you from?" asks Heidi, her voice warm. "Los Angeles," he says shyly. The audience claps. "And what will you be doing today?" Simon asks, leaning forward just slightly. "I'll be singing a song that I wrote myself," he responds. This instantly shifts the energy of the room. A 9-year-old original songwriter. That alone is rare. The judges exchange small looks of surprise. Heidi's eyebrows rise. Howie looks impressed already. Simon's curiosity deepens, his eyes narrowing thoughtfully. He asks, "You wrote it yourself?" "Yes," Elijah says with a small nod. "It's a song I wrote for someone important." "Who's it for?" Simon asks, his tone gentle. The boy hesitates for a moment. His fingers tighten around the fedora he's holding. Then he says softly, "It's for my dad. He loved Michael Jackson. He used to play his songs every day. He always told me that music can heal. He passed away last year. So I wrote this for him." The room falls completely silent. Even the audience members who moments ago were whispering to one another are now frozen, their attention glued entirely to this small child on the giant stage. Simon's posture changes. His arms relax. There's a softness in his eyes that only appears in rare moments. He says quietly, "I'm very sorry to hear that. And thank you for sharing that with us. Take your time, okay?" The boy nods and steps back into place. He sets the fedora on the microphone stand gently, as though placing something sacred. Then he takes one long inhale, closes his eyes, and when the music begins, something shifts, not just in him, but in the entire arena. The first note of his voice rises, clear, sweet, but with a strength that doesn't match his age. It's a tone reminiscent of Michael Jackson, not imitated, not forced, but natural, light, emotional, and pure. The audience reacts instantly with gasps and soft murmurs. His vibrato is delicate but controlled, the kind that professional singers spend years perfecting. The lyrics begin, "I still hear you in the music. In the rhythm of the night. Your voice keeps shining through me. Like a small but perfect light. And even though you left me, you're never really gone. Because every beat inside me still sings your favorite song." The judges freeze. Heidi's eyes widen. Sophia places a hand on her chest. Howie looks like he's forgetting to blink. And Simon's expression is stunned, completely still, eyes fixed on the boy with deep focus. The child continues singing, stepping slowly across the stage with a confidence that is almost supernatural for someone so young. His voice climbs higher with each line, carrying emotion that comes not from imitation, but from real pain, real love, real memory. The second verse flows. "You taught me how to dream again. You taught me how to try. You told me music lives forever. And that real stars never die. So now I'm standing on this stage, just hoping you can see that every note I'm singing is you still singing through me." The audience begins to sway. Some wipe tears from their eyes. The boy hits every note with the precision of someone who feels each lyric, who understands the story he is telling because it's his story. As he enters the chorus, his voice rises even higher, an angelic tone reminiscent of young Michael Jackson during the Jackson 5 era, but with its own originality. The chorus echoes through the auditorium like a prayer. "I'm dancing in your shadow. But my heart's in the light. You showed me where the beauty lives. In every day and night. And now the music's calling. It's where I want to be. So Dad, I hope you're listening. This song will set me free." The crowd erupts, not cheering, but a kind of stunned wave of emotion. The camera cuts to the judges again. Heidi's eyes are filled with tears. Sophia is visibly moved. Howie has one hand over his mouth. Simon is still frozen, his brows gently pinched together, his eyes glistening. The music builds into a bridge. The boy closes his eyes and holds one hand to his chest. The tenderness in his voice deepens. "Some days I feel you with me. Some days I feel alone. But every time I start to sing, I know I'm coming home. And maybe you're an angel. Maybe you're the sky. But I'll keep singing for you. Until the day I fly." The entire room is emotional, and you can feel the air vibrating with the weight of the moment. Then comes the final chorus. Higher, fuller, stronger. The lights brighten behind him like a halo. He lifts his head and sings each note with the bravery of someone singing for the most important person in the world. "I'm dancing in your shadow. Where love will always stay. You taught me how to live my life. In a beautiful new way. And even though I miss you, this song is where I'll be. So Dad, I hope you're listening. Because you're still here with me." On the final note, he reaches a breathtaking high tone. Pure, sustained, crystal clear. The entire audience leaps to their feet. The applause is explosive. The judges rise instantly for a standing ovation. Sophia is wiping tears from her eyes. Heidi claps with her hand pressed to her heart. Howie shakes his head in disbelief, smiling wide. And Simon stands slowly, eyes fixed on Elijah, completely speechless. The camera zooms in on the boy. He exhaled softly, almost as if letting go of the weight he carried. His mother watches from backstage, her hands covering her mouth, tears streaming down her face. The host joins the little boy on stage and puts a comforting hand on his shoulder. The boy looks emotional but composed, as though singing this song healed something inside him. When the applause finally settles, Simon steps forward, leaning onto the judge's desk with both hands. The room is silent, waiting. He says, "Elijah, I don't know how to explain what just happened. That was one of the most emotional performances we've ever had on this show. You have a truly special gift. Not just a beautiful voice, a soul. And the way you sing, it's pure. It's honest. It's real. Your father would be incredibly proud of you." The crowd cheers loudly. Heidi speaks next. "Elijah, sweetheart, your voice is magical. The way you wrote those lyrics, it's beyond your age. You touched my heart. I'm so proud of you." Howie says, "That wasn't just an audition. That was a moment that people will remember for years. You're 9 years old, and you already sing like this. That's unbelievable." Sophia says, "You made everyone here feel something beautiful. You're a star already." Then the camera focuses on Simon again. He takes a deep breath, looks at the golden buzzer in front of him, then looks back at the boy. He says slowly, "Elijah, I think your father brought you here today. And I think he would want me to do this." He presses the golden buzzer. The entire arena erupts. Gold confetti bursts from above. The boy gasps, putting a hand over his mouth as the golden storm falls around him. His mother rushes onto the stage, hugging him tightly. The host lifts his hand in celebration. The judges stand cheering as the boy is completely overwhelmed by emotion, crying tears that fall into sparkling gold around his shoes. The music swells triumphantly as the confetti continues to rain down. The camera pans across the audience, capturing every face glowing with joy. The stage lights shimmer across the golden storm like sunlight through morning windows. The narrator of our channel speaks again, saying, "This was the moment the world met Elijah, the 9-year-old who carried his father's voice inside his own and shared it with millions. A moment that will be remembered not only for its vocal brilliance, but for its heart." As the confetti fades and the screen transitions back, the voice continues gently, "For more powerful stories like this, make sure you subscribe to Porch, where talent meets heart, and where every performance tells a story." Thank you for watching. The music fades out slowly with a soft instrumental echoing the emotional tone of the song Elijah performed. The final shot is of the little boy holding his mother's hand, walking off stage together, still surrounded by shimmering gold confetti at their feet, the moment his life changed forever.